Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I'm going to check in here with BitBoy. Listen to what he says here.
The XRP army, they're crazy. They're insane. They're nuts.
Loco.
They never know what they're talking about. They've been telling us that, Ripple is XRP is going to redefine online payments. They've been telling us this for 5 years now, but none of us listened. We was like, no, it's not really happening. Not really happening. So I really understood how connected Ripple is in the banking world and how the banking world runs the entire world. Now you got Goldman Sachs, expert, telling you, this isn't me, this isn't XRP army. This is Goldman Sachs expert Andrew Lokanoff. He believes that the Ripple XRP, well, that's a keyword stuff right there. The Ripple's XRP is likely to take precedent as the public coin as soon as the Ripple Foundation is able to resolve its issue with the SEC. Weird, because I told you the same thing. As soon as this thing is over, we are going to see this adoption happen extremely quick. He's been dealing with crypto for years, holding different positions at Goldman Sachs, AIG Bank, and other important financial institutions. He expressed his opinion about Ripple's XRP coin rather openly. Ripple will redefine online payments, and I believe that Ripple XRP will likely IPO and go public once its SEC lawsuit is resolved. I've been telling you all the same stuff. I've been telling you all the same stuff for months and months and months now. And look, the moon fuel for Ripple and XRP is going to be, if this IPO gets announced or if it's able to go public while the price momentum is still going up, that is going to send this thing up between $20 and $30 if that happens.
$20 and $30, Ripple IPO, I like it. Okay, this is from Ron Hammond. Now, this guy is like I don't know if lobbyist is the right word. Let's see what he calls himself. He used to work for Ripple, Director of Government Relations at the Blockchain Association. And you remember the other day when Charles Gasparino said that he thinks that Gary Gensler is going to be up at a congressional hearing to explain himself on all this stuff. Well, I don't think this is the hearings he's thinking about, but at least this will be one of the hearings where he might be asked some questions. It says, rumors are swirling. SEC Chair Gensler will be testifying in front of the House Financial Services Committee in October. The date will likely be confirmed later this week, as the committee typically announces their hearings for the month at the beginning of a new month. Like the Senate, expect that hearing to be heavily focused on crypto. Gensler does a good job sticking to the script and not saying anything particularly new. However, don't expect this to deter Republicans from attacking him on his regulation by enforcement approach to crypto. All right, so I think that these guys know something smells bad now, and they're on it. Okay. Now, this guy said something I really agreed with. The SEC lawsuit against Ripple is simply to save Ethereum and slow down XRP from being ecosystem of all money at this stage. I said, bingo. Yep, that's about right. Then John Deaton said, leave it to a cable news producer to make a huge statement without making a statement. Says it all, which signals she knows the truth. And this is Eleanor Terrett, who's the one that's helping Charles Gasparino. Says institutional investors preferring Ether over Bitcoin now, JP Morgan. And you can tell what John Deaton's getting at is that a lot of the things that we've tied together point to JP Morgan, and that we know from a video, let me think which video it was now. We know from, it was from Joseph Lubin. We know from a video with Joseph Lubin from the other day that JP Morgan was involved in Ethereum since before Ethereum came out. They were involved. And we also know, because it came out of Joseph Lubin's mouth, that Ethereum and Consensus, which is Joseph Lubin's company, were the two drivers of the Ethereum Alliance from the very beginning. Those two organizations. He said it out of his own mouth. All right, now this is interesting from CoinDesk. Breaking: Ethereum developer Virgil Griffith has pleaded guilty to one charge of conspiracy to violate federal sanctions laws stemming from a trip to North Korea in 2019. Apparently, he went over there and he gave an Ethereum presentation in North Korea. Okay, now I wanted to show you this. The reason this was interesting is a couple of reasons. First of all, this was 12/12/18 at Ripple headquarters. This guy that's talking is the Ripple's Senior VP of Business Operations, Eric Van Miltenberg. What's interesting about this is that the two of the ladies on the stage, the Valerie, however you say that name, and Sarah Hody, they're both Perkins Coie. They are also in the blockchain group at Perkins Coie. Well, who else is there? The blockchain team has Lowell Ness on it, who wrote the memo which inspired the Hinman speech. The guy that wrote the safe harbor memo. You don't have to take my word for it. Down here you will see, if we can get, let me see where it is. Somewhere right in, I think I went too far or something. There he is. That's Lowell Ness. And then I think down here towards the bottom, I saw one of these ladies. That's one of them right there, Valerie, that name. And then this is the other lady, Sarah Scheidel. I think her name was Sarah, was it Cody? Hody. And then she must have gotten married or something. But anyway, I think it's the same woman. But the point is that both of these women are on the blockchain team at Perkins Coie with this guy, Lowell Ness, who wrote the Ethereum free pass speech. And this is 6 months after Ethereum gets the free pass. Makes you wonder what they knew and whether they said anything about it. Listen to what he says, sitting right next to them.
Barry, then you have a lot of investment being made within China and within Russia around trying to be a predominant force in terms of the next generation of how fintech evolves. And even if you look at two of the most popular tokens out there, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the vast majority of the mining power is within China right now, 80+%, and that in effect is control. Now, if you look at the U.S., it's notable, at least to me, that around June of this year, Director Hinman of the SEC came out and said, kind of in a black and white way, both Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're not securities. Silent on every other token out there. Not saying that they're
by design,
but also not saying that they're not securities. So that puts those projects, those companies, sort of in a limbo position. That lack of clarity. Ironically, the U.S. companies that are not green lighted are put in a bit of a disadvantaged situation, whereas these
by design
two tokens, Ethereum and Bitcoin, which, per my earlier point, there's a lot of center of gravity and control within China, have been given a green light. That's not necessarily a formula, in my opinion, to set U.S. companies up for
by design
success going forward. So I think there is opportunity to move a little more quickly than we've seen to provide that clarity, to coordinate with regulators around the world, honestly, to have kind of a uniform or at least coordinated perspective that will ensure that the U.S. can have a real solid, strong position in what at least many of us in this room believe is going to be an important technology going forward, as opposed to being relegated to a second chair.
All right, so I thought that was interesting. Now, this is even more interesting, folks, and here's why. Gary Gensler made it very clear, because that's how he says things, is very clear. He made it very clear that, and here in this clip, that lending products are securities. That's a long-standing, very clear. Well, I found one of our friends, that has lending products, and so I'm doing a whistleblower alert. The SEC has not given me any money yet. I've blown the whistle on factual, their own words, factual situations at least 3 or 4 times now, and I haven't been paid a dime. Here, I've blown the whistle again.
Now, as it relates to lending products for a long time have been part of the securities law. In fact, the first word in those 30 or 35 things Congress listed in 1930 was note. a note, comma, stock, comma, bond, and it goes on and on. In 1990, the Supreme Court addressed themselves to what is a note that comes under the securities law. So I think that the law is clear.
Ecosystem that's developing largely on Ethereum. We have lending, borrowing systems. We have money market systems. We have payment systems. We have price stable.
He has lending, borrowing systems. You can't do that. That's a security. Gary Gensler said so. That is a security. So I blew the whistle. You know, I wasn't the guy that told on people when I was growing up, but the only reason I'm put in a position where I have to continue to illustrate the absurdity of this whole SEC Ripple thing, or this whole SEC. Let me say that the right way. This whole SEC and Ethereum versus Ripple / XRP / the entire crypto industry, because he said that the reason he had to go after Coinbase was because they were trying to create a lending platform. Meanwhile, Joseph Lubin and Consensus, they're over there building lending platforms. He just told you. And Gary Gensler's doing nothing. You don't see him sending out warnings to those guys. You don't see him sending out any warnings. And that's why the Congress people need to have hearings and need to talk about this, because this guy is way out of order, and everybody knows it. Charles Gasparino says, stay tuned. Eleanor Terrett and I will be putting together a detailed summary of the various alleged conflicts of interest involving the SEC's case against Ripple. By the way, conflicts don't necessarily mean causation, but full disclosure is always necessary for debate. XRP community. That's the same tweet. I don't know why I had it pulled up twice. Now, there's a little bit of a stir that's going on right now. I noticed it because XRP Crypto Wolf had tweeted out several things. And to be honest, I really had not been plugged into this. To be honest, I had forgotten how many Songbird tokens we were supposed to get based on the snapshot. I was told today that we were supposed to get 15% Songbird, okay? I was talking to a friend of mine who was due, based on that, was due around 300,000 Songbird tokens and had his stuff on Coinbase, and so at this point has not received any, okay? Today I talked to somebody about that. And then it looks like XRP Crypto Wolf is pretty upset. Why is it only difficult for XRP Army to receive Flare, Songbird airdrops, but no other community has to go through this type of bullshit? Well, I can promise you, XRP Crypto Wolf, Joseph Lubin does not have to go through this. Joseph Lubin can issue tokens at will, apparently. As long as when he issues them, he doesn't use the word ICO because it rhymes with IPO. Those are his words, not mine. He's able to issue tokens at will. As long as he uses the right semantics, then he's able to do whatever he wants. But everybody else is in purgatory because they don't have the right friends, I guess. Is that the way this works? From what I've seen, that's the way this works. So now we have a Songbird that is at 28 cents or so. It had gotten as high as 90 cents. And all these people out here who have done nothing but acted in good faith are not even going to receive this, as far as we can tell. We're not hearing anything out of Coinbase. I don't think we're hearing anything out of Uphold either. Now, but Uphold, remember, Uphold might be, who knows, they could be in the process of working on going public and not even be able to talk to anybody about this stuff. I don't know. They said, what was it, about 4 or 5 months ago, they had hinted that they might be heading toward a public offering or something. JP Tirrett, the CEO of Uphold, did, and I haven't heard anything since, so who knows what the situation is. But this Songbird thing, then the question is, well, if they're not going to even talk about Songbird, are they still going to honor the Flare? So I don't know where all these exchanges are with this. Now, for some good news, watch this. iTrustCapital is coming out with a mobile app finally. Check it out. Well, I thought I had that timed perfectly. Check it out. Come on. Now that, my friends, is awesome. I cannot wait for that. If you are thinking about opening an iTrustCapital account, you might be wanting to think about it now, because that is straight awesome. I've got 2 accounts with them, and you need to look at that if you haven't looked at it already. I've got links in the description of these videos to go, and I got a free coupon code for 1 free month with iTrustCapital. Go check it out when you get a chance. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. iTrustCapital is all